Yo, hey man, what's good? It's your boy Vaughn, and in this video, we got a little bit different type of content that we're gonna react to today. Alright y'all, man, so today we got Profound Pondering. I ran into this dude channel like a year, like 2 years ago. I want to say the first time I watched this video was during COVID, but I watched the video, but I ain't really like stick to the channel. You know what, let me make sure so y'all can see that, because this is a new account. This not the same like YouTube account, but yeah, I ran into this dude channel in COVID, but I really started watching his videos like a year and a half, 2 years ago, man. Like, I feel like every video he dropped is a gem. It can relate to anybody. It can resonate with anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like videos like this is really needed for people that overthink or have self-doubt, or like they really not sure. Like if you're not sure about something, videos that he make, it could be anyone. He'll just say something and it'll just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro, but I don't even know what video I want to watch for real. Like, cause like I said, everything he make is a gem to me. You feel me? But I'm finna find one. I just really don't know right now. Alright, man, I think I found one that I want to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, his whole channel, every video is he dropping knowledge and gems, and he just helping any type of anybody. Like, I don't know, man, but in this video we got What If You Can. Now, like, some little predicts before we enter this video. What if you can is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he may be speaking about like you having a goal or a dream, and like you self-doubting yourself because of the person that you are or the circumstances that you grew up in. You know, like, he really gets deep, but not anything too deep where it starts to make you go crazy or nothing like that. Like, he really touches a part that needs to hear the message. You feel me? Let's just get straight to it. What If You Can, man, by Profound Pondering. Let's go.
I think we at a time have to decide whether we want to live in the possibility of our failure or the possibility of our success. I think in a lot of ways, how we look at the world determines how we walk about it, how we move forward in the path that we take to get towards our aspirations. And I'm really just making this video to acknowledge possibility, to really say, like, what if you can? To really say that if it's humanly possible.
And how he edits videos, like, it's so simple. Like, he just sits in front of his camera and record, and whenever he feels like he's saying something that's like deeply rooted in the message that he's giving, he'll like throw like a little background and put the text over. Like, bro, I fuck with it, bro. Like, every time, everything like super flashy and edity and all of that, sometimes that's not always what people want to see. Sometimes people like calm, flowing edits. You feel me? Like how he do. And I just wanted to say that I fuck with like his edit style.
Possible, you too can do it.
Cause it ain't great. It ain't crazy.
Go out there and do everything, or take yourself out of the house, or in any way. But to say that sometimes we have to embrace the moment in a real way. Be truly where we are in order to get to where we're going. Otherwise, we're going to loop back to where we were. And I think sometimes that's really just in taking the appropriate actions, doing the things that actually contribute to our well-being and actually allow us to exist in the world without any reference to the past or any reference to how we used to feel that's keeping us stuck. And I think a lot of our actions somewhat diminish who we are, or somewhat undo who we are, to the extent of making us feel guilt, shame, worry, doubt for who we are, because we keep doing the same things that make us feel that way. I think to acknowledge the possibility is to act in accordance to the possibility, to truly put your best self forward in order to experience what you have yet to experience, in order to experience the day that you're actually blessed with, in order to actually be here. I think that's sort of the best way to go about it, is to not necessarily let yourself be dragged down by each and every one of the things that you have to do, to not let yourself be dragged down by other people, but to hold yourself up in a real way by letting yourself go, by allowing yourself to be in the moment, and you defining what restrictions you place on yourself, what limits you place on yourself in a real way. And I think that's what discipline truly is giving yourself an opportunity to be present with yourself, giving yourself an opportunity to take things at face value in a real way, instead of letting it be in reference to how you feel about yourself. Like if I go work out every single day, it's not necessarily about me, you know, worrying about getting tired of me feeling dread, or oh, I have to go to the gym. It's me saying, oh, I get to go to the gym, or I'm going to the gym, and just making that statement, making that choice, and going with the feeling that inspired me to take action in the first place. I think if we live life on that accord, it makes it so much easier to actually accomplish our goals and accomplish things that we actually want without being dragged down by them. And it's also about making sure you're not doing things that take away your energy, making sure you're not doing things that actually take away from your actual ability to achieve whatever you want. Like I have a good amount of things I try to make myself do every day, like a good list. And I don't think I ever finish it. But it's not about that. It's about doing what you can with what you have. Understanding what you need to do, understanding what you want to do, and going out there and doing the best you can.
Now I want to just, and I really want to just hear him speak, bro. Like I said, like his words feed the soul, bro. In a, like he say, in a real way. And I want to hear him speak. I'm a listener right now, bro. Like fuck the YouTube and fuck reaction to fuck all of that. I'm listening like I'm watching a normal video, bro. Like you really gotta take this shit face value, like he said. But I like what he's saying right here, cause it's like don't beat yourself up because of something that you said you was gonna do and wasn't able to do. Now it's different if you didn't do it because you're like just straight lazy, you have no motivation. You know what I'm saying? You gotta build your toughness, your discipline. You gotta build yourself up to accomplish these things. But if you have a shit ton of things to do and you don't knock them all out, but you get a majority of them out, then you take a step back and it's like, okay, why? Or you probably don't even need to like reevaluate or like do anything like that, but like just take a step back, like, okay, I did what I can today. Like there's no need to beat myself up because out of the 10 things I was supposed to do, I did 8 of them and didn't do 2. You know what I'm saying? My day, I fulfilled my day. Or am I happy right now? Yes, I'm happy right now. You feel me? Like sometimes you rather just have to appreciate everything that you have done, not look down at yourself because of the things that you didn't do. You know, tomorrow isn't promised, but if you make it to tomorrow, you still have an opportunity to get things done. You feel me? Um, I ain't gonna yap too much. I'm gonna just keep letting them talk. But I like that little part right there.
You know, truly giving it your 100% effort. And 100% effort doesn't mean that you don't take breaks. It doesn't mean that you don't relax. I think to relax, you have to do things. You know, and I think it's about a certain give and take, a certain understanding of the application that you have to give to your life in order to actually achieve what you want. And I think that comes with you being present enough to see it, you being present enough with yourself to understand what you need to do. And sometimes I feel like some people may not know what path they're taking. They may not know this is that and the other. But I think the only way to truly find out is to be where you are. It's to look ahead of you and see where you're going, and look behind you and see where you came from. But overall, live in the moment. Live in the area where you're actually able to take those steps towards the future. Otherwise, you're going to be taking steps towards the past. I think a lot of us look back in the past in reference to our future, and I don't think it's a necessarily bad thing. I don't think that, you know, trying to learn from our mistakes is in any way negative, but I think to a good extent, trying to live in the past or trying to live in the projection of the negativity from the past is what creates present negativity. And if the future is sort of created by the present, then if we have that negativity and we're carrying that negativity from the past, then why do we expect to create something good? I think we have to, at some point, instill some type of new positivity within ourselves or instill some type of new perspective that actually accommodates our success, that actually accommodates who we actually want to be and how we actually want to traverse the world. Otherwise, we're going to traverse it in the same way we have, and we're going to keep getting the same things that we always have. And I don't mean this to sort of sound like I'm coming at anyone at all. I just think I've gotten to a point with myself where I'm sort of better understanding the role of discipline in the cultivation of self and the cultivation of whatever it is you want.
Man, like I said, what he say be powerful, bruh. But like just like that last part, I like this little part too. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't bring past negativity into the present, because when you're creating your future, you're gonna bring that negativity along with you. Like, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. Like, you know what I'm saying? Any wrongdoings or anything that you did in the past, learn from it. Go back to the past, learn from it, so that in the present, your current self can adjust and evolve and change, so it can create positive outcomes from that negative experience. And then your future, like, now that you're using positivity to you know what I'm saying, as a roadmap as for your current self, now your future, you're gonna have, or you're gonna want to create positive outcomes, I should say, for the future. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'll be thinking about it too much, or maybe I'll be trying to break it down too much, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep letting them speak though.
I think you truly have to align yourself with what you want and be patient too. And I think part of that patience is the alignment. I think part of the alignment is you not doing things that don't align with that what you want. Like, if I want to do this, if I want to achieve this, then I shouldn't be doing this. And making sure I don't do those things. And doing things, maybe contrastingly that assist. Like, for example, what's a good example? Like, just like maybe scrolling overzealously on social media or something like that. Like,
I wanna try to give an example. Hold on, let me think of an example. Let's use a common problem, right? Let's say let's say let's say let's use content creation, and then let's use a common problem. Let's say you want to be a content creator, right? YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, streamer, like whatever type of content, whatever your lane is, that's what you want to do, right? Okay. But you smoke a lot. You smoke the gas a lot, okay? Now, in my mind, in my head, I don't see that as a problem for what you want to do. But if you smoke so much to the point where like you're just so demotivated all day that you can't like pursue the thing that you want to do, then what he's saying is maybe you should cut smoking out, so that you can push yourself to the one that you want to be, so you can create content, so you can grow on YouTube, so you can grow as a streamer, you know. But if smoking isn't like necessarily blocking you from pursuing your dreams, then that's not the problem. It may be the environment you're in. It may be the way that you eat, how healthy you are. It could be a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to find common problems. Like, it's easy to say, like, I want to be a doctor, but you're not being serious in school. Like, everybody don't want to be a doctor. It's not even easy to be a doctor anyways. You know what I'm saying? But I'm yapping. Damn, like, damn. That's why I need to make videos like these, bro, because I can yap for real. And I get in my own head a little bit, but I think that's good, because it like it reflects in like how I'm speaking, because it's real emotions coming out with words. You feel me? But I'm gonna keep letting them talk.
like I've been trying to get back into reading, get back into literature, get back into writing, get back into a lot of the things that I felt like made me feel more like myself. And I think part of that was just having a certain discipline with my phone and my entertainment, and being able to tell myself and choose what I want to derive my entertainment and appreciation for life from. And I think it's just overall about the choices you make with each and every one of those things. Like, I made the choice to read something, to actually contribute to where I want to go rather than where I was. And that's not to say if you're on social media, if you're doing anything like that, that's negative or anything like that. I don't think so at all. I think it's really just about the contrast and your relative ability to achieve whatever it is you want. If that aligns with what you want, then by all means continue. But I think a lot of us want to find out who we are. A lot of us want to sort of be in the moment and sort of be able to understand our actions and understand our contributions to ourselves. But I think the only way to truly get to that level of contribution and to get to that level of understanding is to sort of take a step forward from your mind long enough to see it, is to recognize that you have to spend some time with yourself. You have to give yourself an audience so you no longer need to perform. I think a lot of us, distract ourselves so much that we actually don't know who we are or what we want. And we're stuck with those questions like, who am I? What do I want? Where am I going? What am I doing? When the answer is plainly in front of us. You're on your phone. You're doing this. This is that and the other. And it's about being present
A little
enough
bit to
to
the point that I was
say,
making
okay,
earlier.
well, I'm not doing anything right now, but I'm going to choose to do this because I know it's going to contribute to this. Or at least take a step in a direction, because I feel like the first step always reveals the second.
Yeah.
Your relative progression towards anything always starts with a single step. And I think it's that step that reveals the next one, that reveals the next one, that reveals the next one, or maybe even more. But it overall has to start somewhere. Everything has a beginning in a real way. And I think you can always start over on that journey. You can always start over on the path, because in a lot of ways, the path is you. The path isn't what you achieve, it isn't what you obtain, but how much of yourself you obtain through the things that you experience. How much of yourself you allow to be present with each and every one of the things you experience. And that's why I'm recognizing it's not really about your external endeavors. It's about your reactions and your internal endeavors. And I think a lot of it is just stimulated by your external action and external things. But overall, I think you can be a catalyst for your own change internally as long as you give yourself an audience. You give yourself an opportunity to be present within your mind, present within your thoughts, enough to actually move forward with the actions that correspond to what it is you want. Giving yourself that love and that opportunity to be yourself, to be who you are, to sort of do things while you're scared, to do things for you. You know, Recognize that it's not really about how anyone feels about what you do, it's about how you feel about what you do. And I don't mean that to say go beyond like certain moral standards or certain social ethics, but to say that when you are trying to achieve something, you have to create and not analyze. At least not before it's done being created. I think a lot of us go into certain things and we put so many labels and connotations on it, or we fail to put connotations on it, that actually work in our favor, to the extent of us giving up before we actually gave ourselves a chance to try. I think we're in the same way that we live in negative possibility, we live in negative connotation within our action, within our aspirations. I think sometimes we think that, to a subtle extent, we're gonna fail, or maybe this won't work out, or maybe I'm looking for something safer, maybe I'm looking for this, maybe I'm looking for that, and maybe even the aspiration isn't for some type of occupation, maybe it isn't for this, is that, and the other. But I think sometimes we live in a certain connotation within ourselves that we're unable or undeserving, to the extent of us not actually putting in effort because we think we're already gonna fail. I think a lot of us try to play future
Damn.
predictor in this regard, and we like to sort of think that we have everything figured out in regards to our action, in regards to our aspirations, when we have nothing figured out. We are in the same place we've always been, in the moment, right here. And I think it's the way we allow everything to have so much of a starkly higher value than us that makes it so difficult to achieve things, because we feel as if we have to alter who we are to a great extent in order to get certain things, in order to do certain things. And I don't think you have to alter it to a great extent. I just think you have to let yourself go to a real extent. I don't think that's something you do in effort, but something you do in acceptance, something
Yeah.
you do in allowance. And once you get to that point, I think it's about understanding what your desire is, and feeling as if you've already achieved that certain something, putting yourself on the level of your desires, or bringing yourself to the level of your desire, and not allowing it to be clouded by any judgment while you're creating it, not allowing it to be diminished by your past mind, your past thought process, and allowing yourself to sort of funnel into this new idea and these new thoughts and feelings to the point where you're ultimately in a new reality. I think in the sort of spiritual community and that movement, like there's a talk about like reality shifting and stuff like that. And I think even if you don't believe in that sort of thing to a real extent, it's really just about your shifts in perspective. How you see yourself is how you see the world, and if you learn to see yourself in a loving, good way, in an intimate way.
I love how he just did that, like how he talked about like a spiritual reference versus like just like something that everybody has, you know what I'm saying? Like reality shifting and perspective. Like I think people don't really understand what like spiritual messages really are. They're just it's so hard to explain. Like, okay, for instance, with how spiritual people say like you have to shift your reality and all of that. Like they're not talking about you being Doctor Strange and you create a damn portal and you hop in and now it's like a new you in a different universe. Like, come on, man. Like we are on Earth. We're all human. You know what I'm saying? We're made from the image of God. Everybody is the same. We all got red blood. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody is way more different than anybody else. But like biologically, I should say. But everybody is different. Everybody sees something different. Everybody has different experiences. So, in terms of reality and perspective, you basically can say that those are the same thing. They go hand in hand. Because if I grow up in Chicago on 63rd, my reality is going to be I gotta keep following me. I gotta keep pole at school, at the store, at home, at my homeboy house. Cause I don't know what these niggas on. I don't know what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I know I'm gonna be scrapped up. I know I'm gonna be ready for whatever. You feel me? At any time. That's his reality. Okay. His perspective is I'm finna protect myself at all times. It's always dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Chicago, Chirac, all of that shit. People should know about that. And then now let's switch it. Let's move over to let's go somewhere Middle East. Or you know what? Fuck the Middle East. Let's go to like let's go to like Iceland where everything green and you know it's more year round, more nature. Like now this person that lives in Iceland reality, they not walking around with pole on them, bro. Like thinking about who the op is and you know what I'm saying? Like that's not their reality. Even you know their laws are gonna be different. They probably not even able to carry shit like that, which feeds more into why they have that perspective on life. Like everyone here is friendly. Everyone here is family. You know what I'm saying? Love and happiness. You know what I'm saying? I'm around nature. I'm connected to nature in a way. You know, I'm not. My whole place isn't modernized, and I don't have a lot of enemies. Reality and perspective. Like I said, one dude in Chicago, one's in Iceland. I've never been to Iceland. One's in Chicago, one's in Iceland. They're both human. You know what I'm saying? They both dudes. They both them that got the exact same genetic makeup almost. You know what I'm saying? Made in the image of God. But one is the one product of the environment and then the other product of the environment. Two different realities, two different perspectives on life. If they meet each other, they probably would not get along because they have two different perspectives on life. You feel me? That's why I say I feel like people take spirituality the wrong way. Like you're really supposed to spiritual messages, internal messages, and like we are energy, we are spiritual beings. Like don't get that wrong. But I think you have to take those messages and like flip them into a way that's like into the physical. You know what I'm saying? Into our current world, into your current being, your current self. Like, you gotta flip that stuff. And like I said, the whole point is, I think reality, talking about shifting reality and changing perspective. Why can't those be the same thing? You feel me? I'm yapping. Let's go ahead and finish the video, man. My dog dropping knowledge.
Then you're gonna start to see the world in that way. And in essence, you will be in a new world. You will be in a new understanding because you've given yourself an opportunity to understand yourself to a better extent. You're giving yourself an opportunity to fill yourself with the love that you know want so desperately from the world, or giving yourself the things that you think you need from the world. What the world doesn't give to you, I think you can always give to yourself to a good extent. And I don't speak for everything. I think, you know, certain things should be taken with a grain of salt. I don't know everybody's situation or anything like that. But with the things that are in our control or are a matter of our perspective, or at least will be aided by our perspective, I think we should exercise our perspective to accommodate us, to allow us to actually live our lives in a way that is both comfortable and enriches our growth, in a way that allows us to continue to develop while continuing to love ourselves. About being able to love yourself while you're changing, I feel like is a very important thing in acknowledging what if you can. Because you have to give yourself that affirmation, that gratitude, and that love before you actually achieve anything. Otherwise, who you are and your love for yourself and your affection for your life is going to be starkly and strictly dependent on your ability to achieve certain things and your ability to obtain certain things. I don't think it's necessarily negativity negative. I'm speaking too fast. I don't think it's necessarily negative to give yourself that affirmation after achievement. But I think that that affirmation has to be given before the achievement too, so you can achieve it in a way that actually accommodates you. If all we're living in is in reference to, oh, I want to get this, I want to get this, I'll be so good when I get this, I'll feel good when I get this, then the whole path is sort of not worthwhile. I think you have to appreciate the actions that correspond to your achievement, and most of all, yourself for actually doing the things that contribute to it. And I think that's sort of the affirmation loop that allows you to have passion, that allows you to actually go towards your dreams and begin to create without constantly analyzing. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you all so much. I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you guys are taking care of yourself.
Of course.
I have a lot more on the way. The podcast is kind of getting, I wouldn't say messed up. Like I'm trying my best with
Podcast,
it, but
nah.
I just don't have a lot of time to pinpoint. But I'm trying to get these episodes recorded as quickly as possible. Um, so thank you guys for your patience, and thank you for staying tuned in. I really do love and appreciate you guys, and I hope you're doing what you can to take care of yourself and acknowledge your own possibilities, acknowledge your own potential, and sort of see it by actually acting upon your belief in yourself. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out Profound, man. Profound Pondering. Like I said, bro, I love his videos, bro. Been watching him for like a year and a half, 2 years now. Found him during COVID. The worst time in my life so far. Hands down, COVID. I found him, man, and you know, his message really changed my reality, I guess you could say. Like, I started seeing different perspectives without having to experience a lot of shit. I just listened to messages. I was reading a lot then, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, without all that out the side, like, man, like, how can you not appreciate a message like that, bro? Like, it's thorough, you know what I'm saying? He uses a lot of examples, you know what I'm saying? It's very relatable, you know. I just feel like if I was to make content like this, it'll definitely be more, not watered down per se, but definitely be more like personal, if you understand what I mean, man. But like I said, I love his videos, man. Shout out Profound Pondering. Make sure you sub up to him, bro. Like, you never know, you can click on a random video of his, and somewhere in that video it could just hit somewhere in the soul, and that's what you needed to hear. You know what I'm saying? You are your biggest enemy but you also are your biggest fan. You know what I'm saying? So trying to be better and find like self-motivation and all of that don't mean that you can't get messages and things from other people. Like sometimes somebody has the words that you don't have, or somebody has something that you don't have that may need to give you that motivation or inspiration, you feel me, to kick yourself up that gear, you know. But well, I ain't gonna do too much yapping, bro, cause my dog Profound, he done already, you know what I'm saying, what if you can, you feel me? You never know until you try. But it's your boy Vaughn. Make sure y'all like and sub up, bro. Videos dropping every day. We grinding, bro. I'm telling y'all, I want this bad, bro. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, bro. Love.
Hey, teach me how to take it, hey. Baby, like smoke.